Hey, this is Jonathan Shupak with Sotheby's again. Welcome back, and this is going to be our weekly contract signed reports. And as usual stated, if you guys find this video useful, you get value out of it, and you want to, get more of them, please subscribe. Always love comments, constructive, or just some positive feedback, or just your thoughts. Always appreciate it. And what I do want to cover is what we're going to cover in this video. It is going to be the total contract signed, the price points for different units sold, which is going to be 1 million up to 20 million plus, and the different ranges. We are going to then cover submarkets, which is different parts of Manhattan. And then we are going to cover unit types. When I say unit type, I mean, is it a studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom? And then my favorite is we cover the top 5 units sold. When I say top, I'm talking about price. So let's jump right into it. This week we are covering June 28th until July 4th. We had a total of 191 contracts signed. Compared to last week, or the prior week, we had 246 contracts signed. Typically I'm going to compare the current week to the previous week. However, this one was a holiday weekend. And whenever we have a holiday weekend, things always tend to slow down. So it's kind of hard to use the data of comparing this week to last week as a dictator or some insight into actual market trends or what causes increases or decreases. To go over the price range, we have under $1 million, 1 to 3 million, 3 million to 5 million, 5 million to 10 million, and 10 million to 20 million, and then we have over 20 million. So to cover the 1 million range, what I'm going to do is talk about this week and then the same week last year, so we can see if there was a change from last year over this year and maybe figure out why. So for the under 1 million mark, this week we signed 76 contracts. Last year was 86 contracts, so that's a 12% drop from last year. The 1 million to 3 million range, we had 86 contracts signed compared to last year, which was only 64, so it's a 34% increase from last year. The 3 to 5 million range, we had 18 contracts signed. Last year was 15, so it was a 20% increase from last year. Now the 5 to 10 million range, we had 6 contracts signed. Last year we actually had 10, so we have a 40% drop from last year. The 10 million to 20 million was 4 contracts signed compared to last year's 3 contracts signed, so it's a 33% increase. The over 1 million mark, we had 1 contract signed this week this year and 1 contract signed the same week last year. No change at all. Now to go over the next one, which is submarket. This is going to be which area of Manhattan. We have Upper Manhattan, which had 17 contracts signed. Upper East Side had 32 contracts signed. Upper West Side had 25 contracts signed. Midtown had 35. Downtown had 71 contracts signed. Financial District, sorry, I'm trying to read my cheat sheet here, 11 contracts signed. So putting that in order, Downtown was number 1 with 71 contracts signed. Midtown was second with 35 contracts signed. Then Upper East Side was third with 32 contracts signed. And fourth was Upper West Side with 25 contracts signed. Next, we are covering unit type. It's going to be studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, and 4 bedroom plus. Now for studios, we had 34 contracts signed. Compared to last year, there was only 27 contracts signed this same week, so that's a 26% increase. For 1 bedroom sold, or contracts signed, there were 56 contracts signed. Compared to last year, there were 69 contracts signed, so that's a 19% drop from last year. For 2 bedrooms, there were 64 contracts signed. Compared to last year, there was only 45 contracts signed, so we have a nice 42% increase from last year. That is putting the 2 bedrooms as the most popular right now and the most contracts signed. 3 bedrooms, there were 27 contracts signed compared to last year's 26. Not that big of a difference, a 4% increase. Now looking at 4 bedrooms plus, there were 9 contracts signed. Comparing that to last year's 12 contracts signed, there's a 25% reduction. Now one of my favorite things to cover are the 5 apartments that sold for the highest prices in order. So first, 109 East 79th Street, penthouse 16, sold for $34,900,000. Total square feet was 6,548. That comes out to a price per square foot of 5,310. That was a 5-bed, 5.5 bath. Now the second highest priced apartment sold was in Central Park Tower. It was unit 62E, sold for $18,900,000. Total square footage was 3,364, and the price per square foot was at $5,618 per square foot. That was a 3-bed, 3.5 bath. Now in third place, 1030 Fifth Avenue, unit 8W, sold for $17 million even. It was a total of 4,000 square foot even, and the price per square foot was $4,250 per square foot. That was also a 3-bed, 3.5 bath. And in fourth, 988 Fifth Avenue, unit 12, sold for $16,725,000. Had a total of 3,280 square feet. The price per square foot was $5,099 per square foot. And that was a 4-bed, 3-bath. And in fifth place, 50 West 66th Street, unit 4D, sold for $11,500,000. The square footage was 3,889, and the price per square foot was 2,957, and that was a 5-bed, 5.5 bath. Everyone, thank you very much for listening. I hope you got a lot of value out of this, and I look forward to having you next week. All right, take care.